Welcome to our channel. Today, we bring you 3 true disturbing Halloween horror stories that will send chills down your spine. If you're brave enough to continue, prepare yourself to enter a world of darkness. So turn off the lights, grab a blanket, and prepare to be terrified. Remember, you've been warned. It was Halloween night, and a group of friends decided to explore an abandoned house at the edge of town. They'd heard countless stories about the place, each more terrifying than the last. The house had a sinister reputation, known for its eerie occurrences and ghostly sightings. But the friends, eager for a thrill, brushed it off as mere local legend. They laughed nervously, trying to mask their growing apprehension. As they stepped inside, the air grew heavy, almost suffocating, thick with the scent of decay and the weight of unseen eyes. The atmosphere was oppressive, making it hard to breathe. The floorboards groaned under their feet, each creak echoing like a ghostly whisper, each step echoing through the silent house. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by their hesitant footsteps. They wandered through darkened hallways, the shadows playing tricks on their minds, their flashlights cutting through the oppressive gloom. Every corner seemed to hide a secret, every shadow a lurking presence. One by one, the friends began to feel uneasy. The bravado they had shown earlier was quickly fading. A cold draft seemed to follow them, whispering against their skin, sending shivers down their spines. They reached the top of the stairs, the old wood creaking ominously beneath their weight, the banister coated in a thick layer of dust. It was clear no one had been here for years. As they stepped onto the landing, the tension in the air was palpable. They heard it, a soft, mournful sigh that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. It was as if the house itself was alive, mourning its own decay. Panic welled up in their chests, their breaths quickening, their hearts pounding in their ears. The fear was almost tangible, gripping them tightly. Suddenly, one of the friends screamed, the sound piercing the heavy silence. Hovering in the corner was a translucent figure with glowing eyes filled with sorrow. The ghostly apparition seemed to be watching them, its presence undeniable. A young woman named Sarah was walking home alone from a Halloween party, her costume rustling softly in the crisp autumn air. The night was eerily quiet, with only the sound of her footsteps echoing through the empty streets. The streets were empty, the houses dark, except for the occasional flickering jack-o'-lantern. The festive decorations now seemed to cast ominous shadows, making the night feel even more unsettling. As she walked, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. The hairs on the back of her neck stood up, and she felt a chill run down her spine. She quickened her pace, her heart pounding in her chest, her eyes darting nervously from shadow to shadow. The sense of dread grew stronger with each step she took. Every rustle of leaves, every creak of a branch, sounded amplified in the stillness of the night. It was as if the darkness itself was alive, whispering threats in her ear. She kept glancing over her shoulder, but she couldn't see anyone behind her. Then she saw him, a shadowy figure lurking just at the edge of her vision. A tall figure, shrouded in darkness, standing at the edge of her vision. He seemed to blend into the night, almost as if he were a part of it. She froze, her breath catching in her throat, her mind racing. Fear paralyzed her for a moment, making her feel like a deer caught in headlights. She started to run, her breath coming in ragged gasps, her costume flapping behind her. Panic surged through her veins, pushing her to move faster. She glanced back again and her blood ran cold. The figure was gaining on her, moving with an eerie, relentless determination. The figure was closer now, and she could see the faint glint of moonlight reflecting off something in his hand. It sent a shiver down her spine. It looked like a knife. The realization hit her like a punch to the gut, fueling her desperation. She stumbled and fell, her ankle twisting beneath her. Pain shot through her leg, but she knew she had to keep moving. She scrambled to her feet, ignoring the searing pain, adrenaline coursing through her veins. She had to escape no matter what. A family decided to visit a local pumpkin patch to pick out pumpkins for Halloween. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the rows of pumpkins. The sky was painted in hues of orange and purple, adding to the eerie ambience. As they walked deeper into the patch, the atmosphere seemed to shift. The air grew colder, the laughter fainter, and the sweet smell of pumpkin spice was replaced by a musty odour. The once cheerful field now felt ominous. They stopped in front of a particularly large pumpkin, its surface strangely cold to the touch. It was unlike any other pumpkin they had seen. As the little girl reached out to touch it, she felt a shock run up her arm. She quickly pulled back, her eyes wide with surprise. The father, concerned, knelt down to examine the pumpkin. He noticed something unusual about its texture. Carved into the base of the pumpkin were strange symbols. They looked ancient, almost like runes from a forgotten language. Suddenly the wind picked up, swirling around them, whipping the leaves into a frenzy. The once calm evening turned chaotic. Then they heard it, a low guttural growl, seeming to rise from the very earth itself. The ground beneath them began to tremble. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more spine-chilling tales. Happy Halloween! We hope these stories have left you with a sense of unease and a lingering chill. Remember, the world is a strange and mysterious place, and sometimes the line between reality and nightmare blurs. Sleep tight and don't let the monsters bite.